Hi, I haven't been on in a long time, but I felt like I needed to update. My son is about to be 2 on May 6th. He is doing great and he has been weaned finally. So now that he's weaned, I have dedicated myself to just getting healthier and getting fitter. And I have started working out. I've started eating, better than I was before. And I I just wanted to update you guys. Any other like PCOS sisters out there that would be able to understand. This is, as you know, I have lost weight before, and the way I did it was naturally, and the way I did it was just by eating better things and trying to stay fit in any way I could. Well, this time around, it's been 10 times harder and it's been super frustrating for me. And I just felt like I needed to get that out there. Yes, the first time it was so easy for me, like weight literally fell off me. But this time it's been a lot harder and I've been eating well, so I know that's really not the problem. And I've actually been exercising a whole lot more. I did the 30-day shred in January and into February. Then I went ahead and did ripped in 30. And I like the 30-day shred so much that I am doing it again. I did the first 15 days just about consecutively. And now I am doing the last 15 days. I'm doing 3 days a week. I'm doing it 3 days a week. And then the other 3 days I'm focusing on just more strength training exercises and keeping up with my cardio all through the week. I actually joined my fitness pal. I started counting calories and kind of just, it really has helped me like to understand how much my body needs. Like if anything, sometimes I undereat. So that has really helped me. But here's the 2 videos that I did. I know that the 30-day shred is on YouTube if you just, look it up. And it says like almost everybody recommends like 10 days the first level, 10 days second, and 10 days the third. That's how I did it the first time. And this time I did 7 days of the first level, and I've done 13, or I'm about to do 13 days of the second level, and then moving on to the third for 10 days, I think. And then this one is 4 different levels, and it has, you do like 5 to 6 days a week. I actually found this a lot harder, and for someone who hasn't exercised like vigorously, like I really liked it and I liked the results, but I think I like the 30-day shred better. I know there's a lot of people that like ripped in 30 a lot better, so I guess it's just a matter of preference, but both are great videos. I'm also doing Banish the Fat, Boost Metabolism about 3 times a week, and just other things here and there. Try to keep active. My son definitely keeps me active. We actually just got back from going around the wagon, and that was a lot of work because I live on top of a hill. So going down was just fine dandy, but coming up like really had me winded. So, so I've been trying to keep, be healthy and keep fit. When I started at the beginning of this year, I was 186 pounds. I, already didn't lose my baby weight and then gained weight, even though I was nursing like crazy. My son nursed his first entire year. He refused to eat anything. He just wanted to nurse. So that's what I did. And even that, it's still, nursing will make you skinny is not true, but it was still very much worth it, and I would still very much do it again. I think next time I just know to I was actually scared to work out while I was nursing. I was scared it would affect my milk supply. And, it's a lot of things that I guess I just, I was too scared to just, get up and do stuff because I was afraid that my milk supply would dry up, and I thought it would be unfair. And I actually had a really hard time coming to the conclusion that I needed to wean him because I was feeling terrible. Like, I really was. Like, I had no energy, and I had so many other just issues that, stem from PCOS and probably stem from just me not eating probably as good as I am now. And I really needed to wean him, and part of me just didn't want to, because I was like, no, my goal was to nurse him until he's 2, and that's what I want to do. And I felt almost like I was being a bad mother because I was taking that away from him. But it was really, I think I was being more of a bad mother by, I would have been more of a bad mother if I had just not weaned him when I did, because now I'm just so much more of a better mom. I can do so many more things with him. We do so many more things through the day because I have so much more energy. I feel a lot better. And it's just overall, it really has been worth it. So I need to remember that next time. My husband actually really, really helped me into, just, I guess helping me stop beating myself up over it, because I really was. I was thinking I was, giving up because I wasn't nursing him until he was 2. So that's why I waited so long, I guess, to do all these or to start dieting and to start eating, or just, I don't know. Maybe it was just excuses. But the point is, as soon as I weaned him, I started exercising, I started doing stuff, and, I expected the weight to come off, but it didn't. Like, I lose like a pound a week, and then I wouldn't lose for 2 weeks, or, and it really, really was just frustrating, to say the least. And I'm trying not to stress over it. I've lost 16 pounds so far. My weight is, I got a really fancy Fitbit Aria scale, and my weight is 170.8. And I decided not to weigh myself for the entire month of April. Well, at least until the end of April. So I weighed myself the last day of March, and that was my weight. And I decided not to weigh myself because I was like freaking out over my weight, and freaking out that I wasn't losing as much as I thought I should have. And I know a lot of it has to do with, just the hormones, and my hormones are still not regulated. I couldn't do a lot of things while I was nursing. So now that I nursed, or now that I quit nursing or weaned him, I'm able to do a lot more when it comes to my hormones and regulating those again. So that in and of itself is going to help. My hormones are still out of whack, and obviously that's a big reason as to why my weight is just not coming off. I do feel a lot more toned. I do feel a lot more energy. I do feel a lot stronger. So in the end, it's really worth it. And I'm not going to give in, and I'm not going to quit, because, what did I do for the last year? I just kind of sat on the sidelines thinking like, I really couldn't do much because I was nursing, and I was scared that my milk would dry up and stuff. And, just thinking that way, and, just not really doing anything about it, and not necessarily eating bad, because I didn't eat bad, but, just not doing anything about anything really led me to where I was now. And, I wasn't happy. I wasn't feeling good. Like, my body was just like, help me. And, I know that I can't go back to that, because I know how awful I felt. And even if I'm not losing weight, I am feeling a lot better. And I'm trying. I'm trying my best, and that's really all I can do. Hopefully until my hormones regulate. And I hope that by the end of this month, I can see, 166, my goal, I guess. That'd be awesome. That really would be, like, it'd really make me ecstatic. I think that's one of the main things I really, really wanted to talk to you guys about, or to anybody with PCOS, just to explain that, yeah, my first journey with weight loss was a lot better, but after I got pregnant and had a baby, and my hormones, just completely different thing. Like, it really has been a lot harder, and just want to encourage somebody not to give up, and to think of how awful you felt before you started, and to think of, the non-scale victories, to think of, is your clothes fitting any looser, is, like, when I decided that I wanted to start, eating a whole lot better and exercising and stuff, I wrote a list of all the things that were, like, bothering me, and, even if it was stupid stuff. So then I looked at the list like 2 months afterwards, and half of those things I didn't even remember because, they were gone and I hadn't even given them any thought. So I would recommend you do a list of how awful you feel or whatever it is ailing you. And then, when you feel like giving up, just look back at that and realize that you don't want to go back there. And realize that there's a reason of what you're doing. Now, my main reason is I want a 2014 baby. I would love to be pregnant next year, and I would love to have a healthy pregnancy as I did my first. And I would love to have another home birth, and I would love to do all the things that I did before. And I know that a healthy pregnancy is going to come from a healthy body. And the stronger and the fitter I am and the healthier I am, the better my pregnancy will be. So that is my goal that's driving me this year. A 2014 baby, that's really what's really driving me. And I know, if it doesn't happen, it's because really it's in God's plans, and I trust that. But I'm going to do all that I can to help my body get in that mode and to get to where it needs to be. I just can't sit back and not do anything when I know I can do something. So that is what's driving me. I am actually, if you would like to friend me on MyFitnessPal, I'll put my information down. And, that's really all I wanted to share with you guys. And I hope that I'm able to help somebody that's frustrated. All right, well, you guys take care. Bye.